So this is the welfare tool, and you can see that for this first unit, the additional benefit that unit provides is 97. The additional cost of that unit is 22, and therefore that unit is providing £75 of net economic welfare. Obviously, we're putting welfare in pounds here, which isn't necessarily workable in real life, but it's in £97 worth of benefit. If we then consume a second unit, we get all of that welfare from the first unit plus this extra arrow here. So the marginal benefit of that second unit is 94, the marginal cost is 24, therefore we are gaining net economic welfare of £70, which is why as we go from 75 to 145, we're adding on 70 to that. And we can see as we move this along that those numbers keep increasing until we get to this point. And after this point, my total economic welfare starts to fall, and you'll notice that these arrows are red. That's to help show you that the additional cost of those units is greater than the additional benefit we receive from them, therefore they're giving us some negative welfare. What can be useful here is to show the unrealised welfare, that if we produce at 7 rather than 16, we're missing out on all this nice juicy welfare here that's marked in grey. I can turn the optimum label on and off, but I think it's quite useful to have on sometimes. I can also put it in demand and supply mode, so in that case it separates the consumer and producer surplus, which is nice, and then kind of you can talk about the negative surplus there. That works the same way, and it's a good way of showing that they're essentially the same concepts showed in slightly different ways. That if I have if I'm in welfare mode, that's showing the costs and benefits of the actions. That's the kind of reasons behind the ideas, and then these are the decisions that are made as a result of those ideas. If I'm in welfare mode, I can also put in some externalities in place. And then we can see that if we are producing at a private equilibrium at 16, we are missing out on all this extra welfare that we could have got there. And hopefully you can use this to show a whole bunch of different ideas. But my aim is that students better understand those areas of welfare loss. It's not necessarily that difficult a concept to understand, but I think it's difficult to visualise. So hopefully this gets around that somewhat.